know I got the receipts, girl. You know I got the receipts. Hey, you guys, welcome back to the SweetpeaDiaries. It's your girl, Sweet Pea, and I am back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to the channel. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the SweetpeaDiaries. Be sure to like the video, share the video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. The future of health is clear with Ritual. Daily essentials with good intentions for living life or creating it. Now, Ritual has the multivitamin for women, prenatal vitamins, a daily shake, and a multivitamin for men. Those are just some of their products. Ritual is easy to start and easy to cancel. Now, Ritual's team of scientists and nutritional experts are on a mission to turn your new healthy habit into a ritual. They offer free shipping, control of your own delivery date, free and easy cancellation, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. So click the link in the description box and get started today at making Ritual part of your daily health regimen. All right, who we got in the building? We got Dion, my moderator, Christine. We got Bella Michelle, Jersey girl, my fellow Jersey girl and member. We got Simply Lee, T the Goddess. What's going on, you guys? Hey, y'all. Hey, sexy brown eyes. What's going on? As you guys come in, make sure you speak to me and I will speak to you back. I will give you a shout out. Y'all. We are here. We talking about Diddy. Everybody across the country, across the world is talking about Diddy, Sean, Puffy Combs. Okay. They are saying that they searched Diddy's, I guess, LA home and Miami homes all at the same time. And it looks like there is an ongoing sex trafficking investigation. So this is what everybody was wondering, like, why they kicking the door? Why they search his homes like that? They had the sons in handcuffs. And apparently Diddy was like, I guess on a plane somewhere, child, or at the airport or something like that. I don't know if he was going to, going out of the country or coming into the country. I don't know. But honey, let's take a look at what CNN, down to the CNN, what they are saying, y'all. Woo. Child, 2024 is looking like, I told y'all, it is not looking good for people out here in 2024. Okay. Hold on, y'all.
BK's Royal Crispy Wraps, break the routine, a hunger hack. Welcome new fiery buffalo, for both flavors, you know where to go. BK's
These search warrant activities at both of Combs' homes are related to an ongoing sex trafficking investigation. However, the source would not say whether Combs is the target of this investigation, citing the sensitivity of the investigation itself. Now, agents with Homeland Security raided 2 homes belonging to Combs, one here in Miami Beach, the other in Los Angeles. The property here in Miami Beach is 11,000 square foot property. And late tonight, we saw agents walking out of this house carrying a cardboard box as well as several bags from the second story of the property out here. Now, agents in Los Angeles could be seen walking around Combs's house there. They were processing the scene there and could be seen taking notes on a table there. Now, an official with Homeland Security here in Miami tells me that the raid that took place here happened a little bit after 3 o'clock this afternoon. And a neighbor tells me that about 30 to 40 law enforcement officers showed up to the house out here and carried out this search warrant. Again, Anderson, late word tonight from a law enforcement source who tells my colleague Josh Campbell that these search warrants that were executed is in connection with a sex trafficking investigation. However, the source would not say whether Combs himself is the target of the investigation.
And has Sean Combs commented on the searches?
Yeah, so we have reached out to representatives of Combs. However, we have not heard back.
Ooh, child. Hey, Amari. I am Marie. I always say Amari. Y'all. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all see that? Child, they said this is an alleged sex trafficking situation, child. But I'm going to go more into it. I'm going to read the actual article. Let's get into this before I give you my commentary, y'all. Ooh. Diddy. But we should have known that this was coming. When Cassie came out with her allegations, y'all should have known that this was next. Like, you don't just get accused of the types of things that he was accused of and then they just walk away and no one investigates it, right? So let's pull that back up. So CNN is saying search warrant activity at homes belonging to musician and producer Sean Diddy Combs on Monday is related to an ongoing sex trafficking investigation, a law enforcement source told CNN. The source would not specify whether Combs himself was the specific target, citing the sensitive nature of the investigation. Now, responding to reports of raids at homes belonging to Combs, the Department of Homeland Security Investigations New York confirmed that it had executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation. Now, law enforcement could be seen Monday at 2 of Combs' homes, one in the Miami area and one in Los Angeles, according to CNN journalists on site. HSI New York said it acted with assistance from Homeland Security Los Angeles, Homeland Security Miami, and local law enforcement. We will provide further information as it becomes available, the law enforcement department told CNN. Now, Homeland Security is the lead investigative arm of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. So HSI, should I say. HSI is the lead investigative arm of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and is responsible for investigating transnational crime and threats, including human trafficking. An HSI Miami representative told CNN's Carlos Suarez the law enforcement action was a search warrant execution. It is not yet clear if Combs or other residents are the target of the law enforcement actions. CNN has reached out to representatives for Combs for comment. Now, aerial footage over Combs' home in Los Angeles showed multiple armed law enforcement officers walking around the grounds of the property. Mobile command post vehicles were visible at the Los Angeles home and at a home of his in the Miami area, where agents were processing paperwork on card tables. It likely will take time to locate and process evidence given the substantial size of the properties. Combs, 54, founded the music label Bad Boy in 1993 and has gone by stage names known as Puff Daddy and Diddy. Okay. They said this man been called Diddy, Love, Puff Daddy. He is credited with work that is regarded as instrumental in the growth of the hip hop genre. Combs has won 3 Grammys in his career, along with 14 nominations. While he achieved initial success with his music, Combs also became a notable producer as well as an entrepreneur. Now, though it is not known, okay, see now they're going to give his credits and everything, but they say though it is not known if Monday's law enforcement action is related, the event follows months of controversy for Combs. In November of 2023, Combs settled a lawsuit brought by his former girlfriend, singer Cassandra Cassie Ventura, who alleged that she was AR'd and subjected to years of repeated physical and other abuses by Combs. A decision to settle a lawsuit, especially in 2023, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing. Ben Braffman, an attorney for Combs, told CNN in a statement at that time. Mr. Combs' decision to settle the lawsuit does not in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims. He is happy they got to a mutual settlement and wishes Miss Ventura the best. Now, weeks later, at least 2 other civil lawsuits were filed in New York against Combs with allegations of sexual assault, including one filed in December in federal court that also included allegations of sex trafficking. I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy, Combs said in response to the December lawsuit. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Combs was accused of sexual assault and harassment in another civil lawsuit filed by a former male employee last month, claims which Combs, through his attorney, has denied. Now, of course, he has denied, and denied. Okay. So what do you guys think? What are you guys thinking? What are we thinking? Where are we at? Where are we with all of this? Okay. Where are we at, y'all? Hey, Shauna. Hey, Hidden Gems. Now, you make an interesting point, Hidden Gems. Hidden Gem says TD Jakes better hope that Diddy swallowed all the evidence, honey. Now, this is interesting. Okay. It's interesting how all of this is playing out. Now, Simply Lee said, TMZ just posted video inside one of the homes raided yesterday. How do they get access to everything? Hey, Lady Princess. Well, I think they get access TMZ because I think that the owner of TMZ, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me. I don't want to be giving out the wrong information, but I think that he used to be an attorney or he was like some big time legal big wig out there in California. So I think he got sources, he's got connections and things like that. So I think that's how they get all the tea. I think that's how they be the first. They, have all these sources and all these inside people because I think like he was like some major person in law, like a lawyer or something down there, chat. But what do you guys think? I think this is interesting when Hidden Gem said about TD Jakes. Now, y'all remember the allegations about TD Jakes. Joy says, yes, he was a lawyer. Okay. Now you remember everything that was be said about TD Jakes, okay? Right? So now with this happening with Diddy, what do you think is going to be found out? Do you think there's going to be pictures? Are we going to see some evidence of what has been saying, what's been going on down there to this mansion child, down there to these Diddy parties? Do you think we're going to see some photos of the people that, they come to these parties and they do whatever? Now, they said that it's been hard to find, or they don't know if they're really going to be able to disclose right away what they found, because given the size of these properties, it's probably hard to find evidence, right? He's probably got rooms and hidden compartments and, little dungeons. And, you know what I'm saying? This room leads to that room and you can get access down in the basement, so it's probably going to be a pretty long while until until we hear about what the hell they uncovered down to the Puffy Studios. Okay. Down to the Puffy Studios. Y'all, these yes. Celebrities' business is coming out. Yep. Child, the feds is going to find it. If they can't find it, then nobody can find it. They're going to find it. Okay. But I mean, at first I thought this had something to do with, maybe like IRS troubles or something like that. But when they said, the sex trafficking and stuff like that, that's a serious allegation. Those are serious allegations. So the feds are not going to just come to your house. They're not going to just bust in your house. They're not going to just conduct raids on both properties, especially for someone like a Diddy, someone like a, you know what I mean? The level of celebrity that Diddy is. They're not going to just come to his house knowing that it's going to be all over the news, knowing every outlet is going to be covering it. They're not going to just pop up if they don't have something. So they absolutely probably have evidence that this was happening. Okay. So one of the witnesses' testimony said that Diddy was trying to use appearances and photos with TD Jakes to try and fix his image. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. I know a lot of people do things like that. When the feds come through, they have at least 100 pieces of evidence already. I agree. Hey, Lynette. Yeah, they're not going to just come there. They're not going to just pop up if they don't have anything, given the fact that they, handcuffed the boys, and then I seen people in the comments saying why they had to have the kids handcuffed, why they had to have his sons handcuffed. Well, first of all, those are not kids. Those are grown men. Now, I don't know if the girls were there and I don't know if the girls were handcuffs. I did not see any pictures of them, so I don't know. But the boys being handcuffed, they are young black men. They were sending a message, and I believe that the message that they wanted to send was that this celebrity status is not going to get you out of this. We don't give a fuck who you are. We don't care how much money you have, what your dad name is, or what. Anyway, you are at this residence. This residence is being served a federal warrant. You got to get out of here in handcuffs, because that would be how they would treat anyone else. So I don't know why anybody is surprised that they had handcuffs, because if this is what they do in any other situation, why they wouldn't have handcuffs. But they really probably wanted to send that message that we're going to go, investigate to the farthest extent of the law. We're going to do whatever it is that needs to be done. We are not going to be taking your celebrity into consideration. No, we're not going to be doing that. Okay, so they said the oldest daughter had her hands behind her back, but I didn't see any cuffs. Okay. Hidden Gem says, off the subject, but still on. Do you think Lori Harvey was in these freak offs? Remember, she dated his son first, then Diddy, and didn't she wear the white polish? To be honest with you, absolutely. Absolutely. Lori comes across as the girl next door. She tries to have that, squeaky clean image, that good girl image, but those be those be the worst freaks. Okay, the ones that look like schoolgirls, school teachers, all of that. Yes, absolutely. I believe that she was involved in some of these things, some of these freak offs, because how you dating the son, then you go and date the papa. So yeah, absolutely. They probably was all up in there having a goddamn threesomes, child. But did you see what academics said to Carisha, to Young Miami? Said, you ain't acting bad now, honey. Because, they've been beefing. They've been going back and forth. So, of course, academics is going to troll her now. But, honey, I don't think that's not a dig at her. She don't got nothing to do with this shit. She just been using Diddy for money anyway. She probably like, oh, good riddance. Get rid of his ass. That's a way for her to get rid of his ass. She probably been looking for a reason to dump his ass anyway. Okay. Diddy knees been bad for a long time. His knees been knocking together for a minute. Carisha was just trying to get to that bag. Carisha got that podcast, honey. She got that bag out of it. She done had uh uh all types of clothing and all types of things, honey. And I just believe that she took Diddy for a ride financially. She probably like, good riddance. She don't even need him. Financially, she does not need Diddy's money. That is just an added. Okay, that's just an incentive. That's just for clout. That's just to be in the blogs. That's just to be an it girl. She used Diddy for everything that she can use Diddy for. She got parts in movies, whether or not they were like solidified movies, or whether they was going to get Academy Awards or Oscars. We know it ain't. It's given Tubi. It's given Lifetime. It's not even Lifetime. It's given Tubi. Okay. Hey, King Pisces, I'm doing good. How you doing, King Pisces? We know that she got whatever she can get out of Diddy, right? And like I said, Carisha don't need him for money. Carisha is doing just fine financially. Going over to them private islands, being on them big ass yachts and stuff like that. That was just right, Lady Princess. That was just a bonus. That was just a plus. But she's solidified in the industry. She don't need Diddy at all. Right? So what do you guys think? What are you thinking about this? Do you think they're going to find girls in there in the basement? Like, what kind of trafficking is it giving? Was he taking girls and, trafficking them to other celebrities? Is this going to be another Epstein? I don't know. What are we going to hear? What are they going to uncover, y'all? But this is a mess. This is a mess. All of this is, like I said, I've been saying it. 2024 is the year celebrities are going to be exposed. The Bible talks about it in the last days. The first shall be last, the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Okay, that is what the Bible says. The first shall be last, the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. And that is what we see happening. Yes. Private planes bringing in, okay. Diddy been using them for sex and then using him for money. Women and men been doing this since the beginning of time, but Diddy's so dirty and disgusting that it is catching up with him. But you know what? You know what I said? Diddy said no to something. Okay, because see, this is what it smells like to me. Now I gotta give you my opinion. Now we done talked about everything, how they done exposed it. And Cassie, she came out and said he was doing this and he was doing that. And then the boy said he was doing this. And all these people have been accusing Diddy. They've been coming out left and right, left and right, left and right. And I believe it. I believe every accusation that has been made against him. I do not think that this is all people just wanting a payday. I believe it. Now, why does it take them so long? Why is it years and years and years? Well, I think a lot of them, when they see the first person, it's going to be like a snowball effect. Okay. It's going to be a snowball effect. So now they don't feel like they're scared because they see someone else. So now they're brave. They get the courage because they see someone else. So now they can come out and tell their story. Child, they said it's a hidden tunnel. Oh, no. Oh, no, not a tunnel. Did you see anything about the underground tunnel? Not the tunnel, child. Pisces says guilty people don't run and stand 10 toes down and face the truth. And whatever consequences happen, they just have to own up to it. But the fact that Diddy hopped on a plane and took off out of the country, well, child, look, Diddy is a goat. Goats in the Bible was used for sacrifices. Okay, child. But listen, it's funny that you say that because in my mind, this is where I'm at with it. I always go back to this Illuminati. I'm sorry. I believe that these celebrities are hooked up in deep shit. Okay. They hooked up in it because the world and entertainment is ruled by dark forces, is ruled by the devil, period. Now we can get into who really controls this world. We can get into all that, but that's a whole video for another day. And some people don't like conspiracy. So this would have to be a subject that I tell people that's what we're going to be talking about. Right now, I didn't title this anything about, conspiracies or whatever. So I got to be kind of delicate because not everyone goes along with that. But in my mind, something has taken place in that world. Diddy said no to something. Diddy didn't do something. Diddy didn't fulfill something. Maybe he didn't want to, maybe they wanted him to sacrifice Carisha and he didn't want to do it. Maybe they wanted him to sacrifice one of the girls and he didn't want to do it. Quincy, one of the boys, something, and he didn't want to do it. He said enough is enough. You know, when you see him pining over the Kim Porter death and being so emotional over that, and you know, every time her birthday comes around and anytime there's a reason to celebrate Kim, you notice they wear all white, you know, and he's so somber and he's so upset. Well, that's guilt. That's guilt. So to me, something happened with Kim and he said enough is enough. I can't sacrifice anybody else. I can't see myself sacrificing one of the girls. I can't see myself sacrificing one of the boys. I just can't see it. You know what I mean? It's like I can't see myself doing these things. So they said, okay, well, you know, that's part of the deal. Like, in order to remain at the top, in order to remain with all this money, in order to remain with this power, you got to do it, buddy. And he didn't want to do it. And now look, because it just doesn't make sense to me. Like when they all of a sudden, pop goes the weasel. And it'd be like, they've been doing these things since the 90s. And now all of a sudden, 2024, you don't allow him to get away with all of this time. And now all of a sudden he's being popped, he's being exposed. What did Diddy not do? What did Diddy say no to? What did Diddy not sacrifice? There's something there. Because that's the same thing with R. Kelly. That's the same thing with Bill Cosby. That's the same thing with Tory Lanez. All of these people, Whitney Houston, all these people. And they all are hooked up with, it all finds its way back to Clive Davis. I did a video on him. I did a video about his life, and I did a video about the artists that he's been associated with. It goes all the way back to Janis Joplin. You remember how he did Janis Joplin? If you know anything about the Janis Joplin story, Janis Joplin was very talented. Okay. She was hooked up with Clive Davis, but she wanted to go to another manager. She wanted to move on. She wasn't really feeling Clive anymore. And she wanted to move away from Clive. And once she wanted to move away from Clive, all of a sudden she was found dead in her hotel of an OD. Now they say when you do, research on her death, they say that, yes, she was on the dope. She was on the heroin. But they said that she was always getting like grade A heroin. She was testing it. She always tested her heroin. She never just bought any like junk. She didn't buy it from random people. She didn't buy it from random dealers. She always had like a specific person she got her stuff from, and she always tested it. Well, this particular time, it wasn't from who she normally would get it from, and she didn't test it. She just did it, right? I don't know what that's all about, but that they made it a point to mention that whenever you read an article about her and her drug overdose, they make a point to mention that she used to always test her dope, and then this particular time she didn't, right? But when you do the research and you look at this, Clive Davis, she was splitting away from Clive Davis and the group that she was with when she was with Clive Davis. She was trying to go into another group, another record label, all of this. And then all of a sudden she's found dead, making a lot of money, making Clive money, this happens around Clive Davis. Same thing with Whitney Houston, same thing. And then now all of a sudden, when he's old as Methuselah, he wants to come out and say that he's bisexual. Well, all these years, people have been saying he's gay or like men or whatever, but now he wants to come out and actually admit that he's bisexual. Well, we know that. We know that's what you was doing. You was doing that with Andre Harrell. You was doing that with all of these men that wanted to be in power. They had to go through Clive Davis. Clive Davis is the ultimate gatekeeper. And it really goes back to a lot of dark practices that they have. They do a lot of dark and dirty things, a lot of rituals, a lot of stuff that they're into that they, the public will never really be privy to. But once you sign these contracts, these blood contracts, and you get involved and you start going up levels like a Diddy and a Jay-Z and a Beyonce and all of that, trust and believe. I don't want to hear the shit. Oh, well, you know, anytime black people are successful, we want to say it's the Illuminati. Well, I'm sorry, but yeah, it is. I'm sorry, but it is not. There is no way that you want me to believe that these people just all of a sudden it's just them. And all of a sudden their career just took off so quickly and then they're so rich beyond measure. But other artists aren't. Other artists that are just as good, they're not. You know, just certain music is played all the time by certain musicians, by certain artists. It's not everybody. It's not like it used to be back in the day where everybody is getting airplay based off of talent and stuff like that. No, it's they have specifically orchestrated who they want you to listen to, who they want you to hear, what images they want you to see. It's all a part of a plan. Exactly. All of the celebrities sign up to be sacrificed eventually. That's why they get paid the big bucks. But, you know, the thing about it is, I do not think that they specifically get signed up to sacrifice themselves. I really think that they know that sacrificing is a part of this. And usually, like I said, when they have to sacrifice someone, it's got to be somebody close. It's got to be someone that means something to them so that they can show their loyalty. You know, they have to show that they are loyal to the Baphomet or whatever it is. King Diddy ain't saying nothing. They will torture him and his family. Freemasons have to take the death oath. Do you think Diddy gonna name names? Would he play that Nino Brown? If I'm going down, I'm taking a lot of people down with me. No, I do not think he's gonna name names. I think he's gonna be like Hidden Gem said. I think he's gonna go down. You know, if he's got to go down to the death, I don't think that he's gonna come out and name names. No, because it goes too deep. Diddy is up. Diddy is at the highest level that there can be. Him, Jay-Z, Beyonce, they really seen some shit. I'm gonna tell you something. Up, yep, Ready Rock. You make a good point. I'm gonna take it. I'm going to take it to another level, right? If you watch, and this is not, I don't want to come at any of the Beehive members or anything, but if you watch, there's that documentary that comes to mind of Beyonce when Beyonce was first coming into her own and first coming into this bigger than life Beyonce thing, right? And remember, she had that documentary. And remember, it was like a black and white type thing. And remember, she was on a plane and she was crying and she was looking into the camera and she was crying and she was like, "Thank you for this gift." And she was like, "I'm just so grateful to be given this gift. What did I do to deserve this gift?" And she was crying, but she was looking more like crying after being told something and being shown something and something being revealed to her that everybody don't know, right? Being chosen to do something, being chosen to take part in something. Because she was like, "Oh my God, thank you for this gift." But she was young, right? This was like, I think when she was just leaving Destiny's Child and everything. I forget the documentary. But she was saying, "Thank you for being chosen." She was saying that she was chosen for this. So you can take that one or two ways. The average person looking at that would take that she meant she was thanking God, right? She was being thankful. She's praying to Jesus, praying to God, just thankful that she made it. She's successful. Her career is going, good. They're doing a documentary on her. And so she's in a plane traveling, going here and there. She's on tour and everything. And she's saying, "Thank you for this gift, God." But if you look a little deeper and if you really think about it, she could be saying thank you for a whole nother reason. That cry that she was doing and the way her face looked and just everything about it, it screamed more to me. It was more symbolic. It was more of a, you know, I've been chosen to do something. They have chosen me to do something. They could have chosen anyone else, but they chose me. That's how I took it. And people just like breeze over these things. Right. And she never said God. Exactly. But the average person will fill that in for them, right? Because they're not thinking that, and they know this. They know that this stuff is going completely over people's head. Just like the other night when Usher was accepting his award. And he was accepting, and he said he wanted to thank, and he almost slipped up and said the devil, and they were playing it. This other content creator was playing it, and he jumped in the comments and said, I wasn't saying devil, I was getting ready to say something else, but you can clearly hear he said that. And not one time did he say thank you to God or anything like that. And I'm not going to say that you have to say thank you to God. You got to say thank you to Jesus. You don't have to say any of that. We don't know who these people worship. We don't know. But I know in this entertainment industry, there are dark forces behind it, because the messages that they, through music, the messages and the people that they are trying to target, it's young people, it's our society, it's the things that are happening in our world and the state of our world right now, especially with young people. So what better way to come is through music, right? But any and anybody and everybody, now they have taken it even further. And it is not even just music now that these people are targeting people's souls. You got people, content creators, Instagram, movies, people wanting to be an actor, people wanting to be, in videos, or to be a YouTuber or whatever. They're using all of that now, because there's all those avenues and all those ways you can become famous through all of those ways. You got people becoming, look at the Lynetta and Charles. Look at these people. You got everybody just getting famous off Instagram. So now the world is, people are thirsting for attention. They thirsting for clout. Yep. Her cousin was unalive. We know about that. Yep. But people are willing to do any and everything for fame, for fortune, because they look at this, they look at these images. Look at my son. He even spoke about that. They look at these images. They look at, the kids, the youth are the ones being targeted. My son is a prime example. He's talked about the Instagram and the images and, the money, and seeing these scammers and seeing people with these rappers and influencers with all this money. And they constantly see it on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and all of that. And they think that that's what they want. That's the way to get it. Oh, I got to do this to get that. So that's who they're trying to target. And they use Instagram, social media, rap, all of this to get at the youth. So that's where I'm at with the Diddy thing. What did he do? What did he not accept? What did he turn down? He said no to somebody. He didn't do something that they wanted him to do. Something he fell off, because all this time, Diddy been doing what he want to do. Diddy been getting away with everything. T says, the rumor is that Beyonce sacrificed the woman that carried Blue Ivy. Child. Well, one thing I do know, and just in my observation, I don't think Beyonce carried Blue Ivy. Now, the other kids, the twins, I do believe that she carried them, but I don't believe that she carried Blue Ivy. It just didn't give pregnant. You remember when she bent down in that one photo, you could see that the little body bag or whatever it is they had on her stomach, you can see that it folded. So everybody saw that picture, and we didn't see as many photos of her pregnant with Blue Ivy that we saw her pregnant with the twins. It was like every time you turn around, she was doing a photo shoot. She was showing her stomach. But with Blue Ivy, I don't think, are there any photos of her actual stomach? Do we have any? And if it is, maybe it's probably Photoshop, but I don't know. I mean, and everything that we say here, you guys, is just alleged. It's my opinion. It's just, we just gossiping and kicking it, having a little key. But are there any images of any type of Beyonce photos? So Christopher says, oh, come on, the SweetpeaDiaries, you co-sign everything P. Diddy does. Where am I co-signing anything that P. Diddy does? Where am I co-signing anything? How am I co-signing anything? I don't see that I'm doing that, Christopher. We actually just talking about everything that is going on in Hollywood and is going on in the entertainment industry. I'm not a Diddy fan, so I'm not co-signing anything that Diddy does. I have done documentaries on him and Kim Porter, him unaliving her. I've done a documentary on him in that goddamn massacre at the back in the day when he had that concert at that college. So no, I don't co-sign everything that he does, Christopher. And you guys remember. Oh, wait a minute. So she sued Jay-Z and Beyonce for not paying her for carrying her. Wow, I didn't know that. She said that she wanted the $1 million she was promised or Blue Ivy. It's court documents. I did a video on it. Hidden Gems, I have to get on over there, child. I got to get on over there. I did not know this. But what about that woman that what was she, a band member, a drummer or something like that in Beyonce's what is it, the band, I think it is, her entourage? Remember the woman said that Beyonce was doing spells on her and was doing witchcraft on her? You remember that? Remember she was saying that? Libra, I don't know, sweetie. We crazy, but we're just having a conversation. Like I said, everything is alleged. This is just conversation. Nothing is proven. We can't prove all of this, but we're just talking. We're just talking about what has been out here in the press with these people, what they've been alleging. Everything is not fake. Everything is not a lie. People don't just come out and just say stuff just to say it. Yeah, she says she's cursed. Right. That all woman band that she did have. Right. And remember the lady said that Beyonce was doing, and she said she killed her cat, I think, with the spell she was doing and stuff like that. She said Beyonce is a witch. And I think she said like she killed her career, like she can't get nothing really going. Y'all gotta pay attention to this stuff. Beyonce pays homage to her Louisiana Creole roots. Right? She's always showing voodoo like images in her videos. Y'all remember the Lemonade album? Everything, all the imagery was all to do with Louisiana and voodoo. She paid a lot of homage to that culture. The white outfits, the white dresses, like just being down in the bayou, all of that. But I'm gonna do you one even more. I'm gonna do you one even more. Remember when Mama Tina, I forget who she was doing an interview with, but remember she was interviewing with somebody. I don't know, was it Oprah? I forget what interview she was sitting down, but she was doing an interview about Beyonce, and they were talking about Beyonce as a child. And a lot of people use this clip or reference this interview when they try to talk about Beyonce's age. And they try to say how she's really older than what she says she is. And they reference this interview where Mama Tina was talking about how she took Beyonce to one of these tours that the Jacksons was having back in the day. And the actual tour that they reference, and when they came to Texas around that time, they said it was in a certain year, and around that time Beyonce would have been a certain age or whatever. But that's not what I want to make reference to and point out. I want to point out how she made it a point to talk about how she took Beyonce and made sure that she was at a certain point when the group, Michael and all of them, was going to walk by, they would see Beyonce, right? And out of all of the children that and people that was there, Michael came up to Tina and Beyonce and kind of like, I guess, touched her or maybe put his hand and Beyonce looked up to him and said, that's what I'm going to be right there. That was the transference right there. Who takes their daughter to a Michael Jackson concert at 3 years old or 4 years old or however old she was? Because she was really young. It was given not even 6. Now, who would take their child backstage at that, or to be in the vicinity where she would get at that age, right? They weren't the Jackson 5. It wasn't that they were grown men at this time. I can see if it was the Jackson 5 or, Michael was little, just like Beyonce. No, this was when they was grown. So she knew exactly what she was doing. You forget, mama from Louisiana, mama said, I'm going to secure this bag. My daughter is going to be famous and I'm going to line her up with this spirit. I'm going to line her up with Michael Jackson. I'm going to get her to be touched on the head or the arm or whatever by Michael Jackson. He's going to bless my daughter and she's going to be famous. I'm telling you. Because people like her, the dad, all these people, you got to pay attention to these people's background. If they're affiliated with Masonry, Eastern Star, all of those practices, the whole worship in Oshun, all of those things, the whole Creole, that whole lineage, all of that. You got to pay attention to the things that they be saying. This says, Michael Jackson was sacrificed for Beyonce, and they showed the ritual at the VMAs that Beyonce did the song Girls Run the World. It would not surprise me. And like I said, I believe that Mama Tina knew exactly what she was doing when she did that. It was a transference in that moment. Now, I don't know who she was hooked up with, who told her to go do that, or this is what was going to happen and down the line, or I don't know all that part, but I'm just saying, when she said she intentionally stood in the pathway of this group going down this aisle so that Beyonce, as a little kid, 3, 4, 5 years old, can be in the pathway of a grown-ass man. And said when she looked up at him, she was in awe and said, that's what I'm going to be. How the hell could she say how would she know something like that at that age? Come on now. How would she know something like that at that age? That was all exactly. I'm telling you, it's transference. Yes, it was a transference. It's called vampirism. I'm telling you, it was a transference. I know what I'm talking about. And she told on herself, and you have to listen to these people. They will tell on themselves the more they talk. If you just listen to them and you sit back and you just like when, okay, Tiffany Haddish. Let's take her for example. Now, y'all remember the video that with Aries Spears. And you remember that whole controversy that came out about the video, the movie they did with the little kid, with the little boy. And everybody was up in the arm about it or whatever. And Tiffany was saying that she didn't realize, or she knew it was going to be a problem or whatever. But remember, she was at that party with Beyonce when I believe it was Sanaya Lathan, when she bit Beyonce, remember? And Beyonce said told Tiffany, because Tiffany was getting ready to go off. And Tiffany said Beyonce whispered to her, "Oh, just don't pay her no mind. She's on cocaine. She's high." But see, that party right there and everything that was going on, that was an initiation for what's her name? Tiffany Haddish. But see, Tiffany, I don't believe that once she seen what was really going on, I don't think she accepted it. I don't think she went with it, because her career ain't went no goddamn where. Now, and every time you turn around, she's somewhere drunk or having a public spectacle, or, mentally, she just ain't there. Something's wrong with her. I don't know if she done seen some shit when she was at that. It seemed like ever since that party, she ain't been right. But hidden gems, you got to pay attention. You might think she went with it, but ever since that party, she ain't been right. Because if you notice, every time you turn around, she's drunk, or she's like having a public display of some. She's not mentally. She just ain't right. She just ain't right. So either it ain't her, it's another body. I don't know, but she's just not herself. And a lot of times when you see people acting like that, that be guilt and stuff. That be shame, child. That be shame. Because she ain't went nowhere. She ain't really got a career like that. She ain't really got a career like that. I mean, right. She's trying to fight it. That's where I'm at, T. She's trying to fight it. She on a balance. She's on the crossroads, right? They done showed her some shit, and they done showed her what she got to do. But she hasn't quite said yes. That's just what I get from her, and she trying to find her way. That's the same thing Kanye. Remember when Kanye was having his public spectacles back then, running up on the stage and acting wild and interrupting Taylor Swift shit and doing all that. At that time, he was wilding out, and he just recently admitted it. What, last year or the year before last, that he sacrificed his mom, and then said, if you see me and if I go away for a while and then I pop up and you see me again, that's not me. You remember he said this, and now everybody's saying that ain't Kanye. Look how big that person is. They say they done did away with Kanye, or they done clone Kanye. That Kanye somewhere else. That ain't the real Kanye. They said his ears look different. They said his body looked different. They said that's why he keep covering his face up. But you got to admit that body, it do look a little bigger, and his face just looked different. It looked big. It just don't look like him. But he did say, if I go away for a while and then I pop back up, just know that that's not me. So a lot of this, y'all, is she just but they say, see, now with the kids, the whole thing about the kids. Now, do y'all know why they do this with the kids? So the whole thing with the kids is they say that children produce some type of, I forget what it's called, adrenochrome, I think it's called, but it's some type of substance that when they're scared or fear, it's some type of substance that they release, and you can get it from, the only way to get it is from the base of their neck. Like, I forget what that bone is called or what that area is called, but they say that's where you get it from. And so that's what they be doing to these kids. And that's what fear hormones. And then they be drinking the adrenochrome and all of that. Dopamine, I know that, but it's their alternative ego. Oh, Empress 90 said underground tunnels found at Diddy's Los Angeles home, allegedly. What the F? What's up with the white girl he claims he adopted? Is she missing? Child, I don't know. Oh my God. But listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all got to pay attention to what's going on, right? I'm telling you, Diddy is involved in a lot of shit. It's true. But if Diddy didn't go along with something that they might have wanted him to do, maybe his girls, I'm telling you, I really believe this got to do with his girls. If he didn't go along with that, they can put that type of shit on a person, right? They can put these tunnels, they can do all this shit and say, this is what we gonna put on you. We're gonna put this on you. Now all of a sudden you got people coming out of nowhere saying he did this, he been doing this, he been doing that. Because what if he don't want to sacrifice his kids? He said, I did it with their mom. Enough is enough. I don't want to do it to them. I don't want to, because you got to give up something that you love. And I'm telling you, when these celebrities get to the point where they tired of sacrificing people or they don't want to do it, this is when they get exposed. This is when they get exposed. Now, with Oprah, I believe she had them at her property because she was affiliated with that John of God dude. And the John of God, he was just convicted a couple years ago of trafficking and rape of over 600 women. They found that on his compound, and he was supposed to be this religious dude, this religious guru that was doing all this religious shit, and Oprah was backing him. Well, now they found out that he was actually selling babies. He had these girls living on a compound, supposedly giving them a place to stay. He would take them from their homes, of course, over there in South America, Brazil, all over there. And they would be from impoverished areas in poor homes. He would take them, they would live there, and he was actually selling their babies to families in Australia. And so Oprah, she was going over there to get religious advice, religious instruction. She was saying that he was her guru, right? Well, y'all remember when she opened up that school in Africa, right? That school for girls. Now, there have been reports that families are saying that their girls have went to that school and they ain't heard from him since. And of course, nobody's looking into it because if the government and the Pizzagate and all that shit, if they're a panda, all that stuff, if they're related to this, then the government is not going to say anything. The government is just going to let it keep going until, like I said, when they don't want to participate or they don't want to do any more sacrifices, they don't want to be a part of it, then that's when they expose. Yes, it's Black Kids, the actual with Oprah. But the John of God dude, he was from Brazil. His compound was over there in Brazil. But the girls, yeah, Kanye sacrificed his mom and ain't been right since. But remember, Kanye just admitted to sacrificing his mother. He admitted it. And see, before they clone Kanye, because I believe they put a bag over Kanye's head and gripped him up off the streets. That Kanye that's running around now, that ain't Kanye. All right. That Kanye that's running around with that handler, that white woman, that is not Kanye. And Kanye has said it when he was on his little rampage and really not rampage, when he was exposing before he got up off this out of this world. He said, if I go away for a while and not come back, that's not me. People wasn't paying attention to the things that he was saying, but he was telling y'all what's going on. 10 months after she opened the school, there were reports of SA and babies, but there were no men working at the school. I'm telling you, because she probably, it probably was the John of God, him, and it could have been people he was bringing from his compound, because where was they getting, how was they producing babies to sell? Okay, because he was selling the babies. They got the proof of it. This man was selling infants to couples in Australia for like 30,000. I mean, money. So where was the men? Where were they getting the men to do it? Where were the girls coming from? Right? So they were orchestrating all of this stuff. Now, remember we were looking at the Jeffrey Epstein files and looking at his paperwork. And remember, you will see on that jet log, everybody's paying attention to the celebrities and the names and all this. Child, what I was looking at was They basically was saying infant, one boy, one girl. They didn't even have the names of these people. It would be people names that we was Googling the names of these people that was actually the adults or whatever. And it's politicians, it's, famous people that actually are somebody. But then you will see that they're traveling with a passenger that says one girl, two boys, a baby, an infant. Like, what the fuck are you doing with an infant? Because see, when you travel and you have these flight logs, you got to list who's on the plane. They got to list what is being loaded on the plane. So they don't have the actual names because they probably don't know the names of these kids. All they know is they done just gripped it up from somewhere. People go missing, kids go missing every day. So they don't know the names of it. It just say one boy, two boys, two girls, infant, one infant. So people were paying attention, so busy worrying about exposing the celebrities that were on that list, but they completely overlooked that what was being said on that list. That it said one boy, one baby, one this, one that. What are you doing with babies? What are you doing with infants? Right. The manifest for the weight on the flight. Exactly. So they have no choice but to report who's on the plane, but they don't know the names. So they got to say one girl, one boy, one this, one. Why are you traveling with infants? What are you doing with them? So this is what they were doing, bringing the infants from, you know what I'm saying? Probably from here and there, selling them, doing this, doing that. I mean, it is a lot going on. Then you wonder why these celebrities have these always traveling in these private jets, these private airplanes. It's not all the time. Is it because they're so famous and they just want to be on a private plane? We see celebrities all the time in first class on regular flights. These people that have these planes and these jets and these private aircraft, it is because they are doing other shit. They transporting shit. So there's a lot going on, and yes, reptilian, all of that. It is so much going on. And if you really start getting into it and picking it, opening it all up, it's just a lot. But a lot of people, it would just go over their head. It would be too much for people to take in. So Diddy's homes have been raided for alleged sex trafficking. It is rumored that there is a tunnel underneath his home in Los Angeles. What do you guys think? What are you thinking about this? Please, if you catch the replay, drop in the comments. I need to know right now. What are you thinking about this? Is Diddy guilty of sex trafficking? Is he sex trafficking minors, children, boys, girls? Or are they setting Diddy up because he don't want to play the game? Did Diddy say, I don't want to sacrifice nobody else? Or is Diddy really guilty? Is Diddy taking part in sex trafficking right under your girl's nose? So if this tunnel exists, this is under a home where your children are, where your kids, your family, people come over, your extended family, and you have an underground tunnel. So that must mean there are hidden rooms, there are secret areas in the home. Like, well, they just said because these properties are so large, it's so much space, it's going to be quite a while before we know what evidence they took from these residences. Oh, it's going to all come out, Yuri. It's going to all come out in the end because that's just the time that we are living in. But it doesn't surprise me, but I don't want us to just automatically go right to, because everything isn't what it seems. Usually that's how things are. It's like what you think is going on, it's not. So it would just be easy for us to pass it off as, yup, Diddy, them parties, sex trafficking, yup, boom, he's guilty. But what if he's not? What if he's being framed? What if he's being set up because he don't want to play the game anymore? Because I refuse to believe that this man been doing all this shit all these years, and then just boom, all of a sudden we want to expose him. All of a sudden we want to raid his homes. So you mean to tell me none of this, nobody knew nothing? There was just never an inkling. So you really got to pay attention. You got to pay attention to what is really going on. I believe that he probably was involved, but because he doesn't want to keep going, maybe he doesn't want to sacrifice his girls, they're going to expose you. They're going to say, okay, well, now you can go ahead and go down. In order to stay on top, you got to keep drinking blood. He probably don't want to do it. You know, he's old. His knees are buckling. He's tired. You know, you see he getting gray. Y'all see Diddy knees is knocking together more and more every day. Y'all know Diddy a knock-knee nigga, boy. Y'all see you see how his knees look when he got shorts on. Them knees be knocking. He getting old. He getting up in age. Carisha wearing his ass out. And he just don't have, you see he changed his name to Love. He's just not in this spirit no more of doing the things maybe that he used to do to keep his ass on top. So I'm not saying that he didn't do any of these things or that he's not a part of these things, but I'm just saying that maybe he's tired and maybe he just doesn't want to do it anymore. And so, boom, we're going to expose you. I'm telling you, you don't just have years, 20 some years, 30 years of sex trafficking or beating up bitches and raping every damn body and nobody knows. Every time we talk about this or people talk about it, they knew what was going on. They know what goes on at the parties. They know what did he do, but oh, he's got so much power. Well, he don't he got the same power that he had then? Don't he got that same power now? It would seem like he got even more because he's got more money. So it's giving Diddy didn't do something with that in them circles he's traveling in. And so now you're going down. You wait till they expose Jay-Z and Beyonce. That's the one that's gonna rock y'all world. See, with Diddy, y'all expect this. Take that. Y'all expect that with Diddy. Because y'all hear all this shit about him. You know, we've been hearing all these years that he, like men and he's secretly gay and all. So we tease and we joke about Diddy. When something happened, we say Diddy did it. We joke about it. But y'all, it's going to rock y'all world. And y'all going to be really paying attention to this shit when they hit Beyonce and Jay-Z. That's when they really going to be like, oh my God, the Beehive is going to have a fit. They're going to run around, start stinging. They goddamn stingers are going to fall off. The Beehive is going to have a fit. People going to be unaliving themselves when they find out about Beyonce and motherfucking Jay-Z, because it's coming, child. Trust and believe. But see, one thing I'm going to tell you though, I'll be surprised if it do. But I wouldn't be surprised. Let me put it that way. If it didn't come out, because Beyonce down with this shit. Beyonce is down with it for life. Okay. Her mom, they committed to the shit. Tina, you look at her. You can look at her and see she a good old witch, honey. She's down with it. She ain't no light witch. She's a dark witch. She ain't just working Mother Earth and working the elements and, doing a little tarot card reading here and there and burning a little sage. No, that bitch is in it. That bitch is witchcraft. Okay. She getting them bones and the blood and she's going in. You can look at Mama Tina. Mama Tina got that look. So it wouldn't put it past me if they don't never be touched, because Beyonce is serious about it. She's serious about her celebrity status, her image, everything, which is why, yes, allegedly, which is why, we don't hear nothing about Beyonce. Beyonce know how to keep her shit secret. People be talking about her, so she just smile. She don't never have a response because she know where she at. She knows her place in this world. So it wouldn't surprise me if they never get exposed because they will do whatever it takes. I believe if they tell her to chop somebody's head off, she doing it. Yeah, I don't think that they look at Beyonce. I mean, look at Jay-Z. Look what he was willing to do to Dame Dash. When he had to snake Dame Dash, he didn't think nothing about it. He didn't think twice. Look what he was willing to do. I mean, wanted to took Aaliyah right from up under him. Didn't think twice. It's not a coincidence that a high percentage of celebrity children are transgender and homosexual. It seems like it's a part of the contract, the obligation once you become a celebrity, taking the oath. Well, I did a video on Jada and Will's kids. Okay. Now I know, looking at them, I know what their assignment was as far as kids. They are that whole gender neutral thing. They promote that, which is why you always see Jaden, he's got girl clothes on, looking like the girl. And then the daughter, Willow, they have her with the masculine energy, looking like a boy. If you notice that. And then now they both model for gender neutral clothing. I think they even have a gender neutral clothing line. So their whole agenda, as far as them, is the whole gender expression. If you notice, Jaden, his waters, those waters that he came out with, all of the colors of the waters, the bottle, they're all the rainbow colors of the LGBT rainbow flag. The colors of the bottles, each bottle is one of those colors. So they definitely are playing a part in that whole, gender thing, LGBT thing. Yeah, they definitely are. With the non-binary, that's their part. Because if you look at Willow, she definitely, it's giving non-binary. And I know she did say she was non-binary, I think, or was she said that she was polygamous, or I don't know, child. 1 minute she's believes in having multiple partners, and I mean, she's just everywhere. They everywhere. But that's what I see with them, the gender neutral thing. But when I did my research on their family, they had CPS has been called to their house. I mean, they've been in a lot when it comes to the family. Jay-Z was photographed in a "Do As Thy Will" shirt. It's an Aleister Crowley quote. Yep, I saw that too. Yep. So, and then if they put it right in our face, and then when people mention it, they say, "Oh, that's just the shirt." No, do you know who Aleister Crowley is? Why would he be wearing a shirt that says "Do as thou wilt"? That's the head of the Satanic Church. That's a quote from the Satanic Church. Aleister Crowley is the father of that movement. So why would he be repping that if he's not affiliated with it? No one wears something that they don't know anything about. So that's just like saying, "Oh, I'm going to go wear something KKK, but I don't know that it's KK." You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I know what I'm doing. Just like when Kanye put the black hood on, it was a KKK, but it was just black. He knew what he was doing. And they say, "Oh, they're just doing it for shock value." No. It's not shock value. They're doing it to pledge allegiance. T said, "I knew the world was changing when you can choose the gender of your child and choose the birthday." Well, yeah, the celebrities too, they are actually taking part in, like, the Kardashians. It's not a coincidence that they do this surrogacy. They're taking part in those experiments where they can create, the genetics, and manipulate if the child's going to be smart, if they're going to be artistic, if they're going to have blue eyes, they're the ones that are experimenting with it. That's why they kids, if you notice, their kids, look at Beyonce's kids, they grow up so quick. Look how big they are. Look how tall, like Blue Ivy is tall. Her kids are huge. Look at the little girl, big. The little boy, big. They are huge. And if you watch, like, there's some videos on YouTube that I have watched about this very thing. What is that group? What is that? Oh God. What is that? Damn. It's right on the tip of my tongue. What is this? Oh my God. What is the name of that program that they were doing back in our day, y'all? I think it was in the 2000s that they were doing with kids. Oh God. What is the name of that program? Ultra, MK Ultra. What do you think all that was about? And I have seen videos where people that were part of MK Ultra, they were part of experiments that people, they were being abducted from school, and they just thought they were going on a field trip, but they would go to an army base and they would be doing experiments on these kids. And then before they would leave to come home, they would wipe their memory so that they don't remember what they were doing. But as they got older, some of these people remembered some of these things. So there's been all type of manipulation, genetics manipulation with different forms of life, different beings. I mean, it's just a lot of shit that goes on. And the celebrity, once you get to a certain celebrity status with money and stuff, you become privy to that. Even politicians, they become privy to that knowledge. They become privy to actually what is really going on in society, like what's really going on in the world. We're just out here living like every day we be going to work like this. We doing YouTube, but this shit don't really mean nothing. This is just so that we just out the way, right? I really feel like we're just part, like a lab mice. We're just part of a game. But what really is going on, other people know what's really going on. Beyonce, Jay-Z, Diddy, all these people, they know what's really going on. They know what the real, creation story and all that. They know that shit isn't fake. They know that all of that was just put in place to control the masses, just to give people an idea so that you had something to believe in. But really, it's really something else. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, we can do tons of videos on it, but some people just don't, I saw this immediately when a lot of these white celebrities started adopting melanated children. A flag immediately went up, like, why are they adopting our children? What are they doing with these kids? Because they melanin, and there's certain properties that we have that they don't have. But like I said, the celebrities they're the ones that are taking part in these experiments with kids, and experiment with creating and manipulating genetics and creating the best human, like the form, like the physique and how smart, the intellect, all of that. They're manipulating all of that stuff. That's why everybody's having a surrogate, because they're doing it in the lab. They're putting, okay, I want it to have blue hair, blue eyes, blonde hair. I want it to be this color. I want it to be this height. I want this and that. And then they're doing all that and programming it, and then putting it inside of a woman to carry it. And then boom. Right. The superhumans. That's what they're called. Right. Empress says Jay and Beyonce hang out with that lady. that's into that adrenochrome stuff. She's some type of artist that focuses on naked bodies and all sort of weird shit. And if you notice, why do these people, like black people, we just don't do certain things? Why do they all of a sudden, when they get rich or they get money, black folks, why all of a sudden do they start hanging around shit like that? Or being around people that are just weird or doing shit and going places. Oh no, when you get money, you just get exposed to, a different society, and you just get exposed to the finer things in life. No, you get exposed to shit that, okay, if you do this, we're going to have you do this, and then we're going to give you this. Because the reptilians and the damn different human, superhuman type things, they need bodies to inhabit. So some of these people are becoming hosts. I seen a video on this on YouTube, and it was like blew my damn mind. I can't really, articulate it. I would have to put it in the form of a documentary, but I can't explain it and articulate it in a live because that's just not my subject, right? I'm just jumping all around just talking. But as far as the Diddy situation, we're on this topic because we feel like Diddy and these celebrities, that they do all of these things with this trafficking, with these, you know, having these tunnels and doing all this secret shit because they're part of something more. Get Out was made for a reason. But see, that was deep. That movie was deep. Also, they know that we are the true Hebrew Israelites and God is judging America soon. They think it's a good deed to get in Jesus's good grace. That's why Kim Kardashian has black babies too. It's crazy. I'm telling you. It's just a lot. It is just a lot. Sparkle says, yes, certain rituals that I really can't speak of. Don't speak too much, sweet pea. Yeah, I know. They do, sometimes when you have stuff like that on your channel, they will take it down. They will take the content down. I remember I was doing a video one time when I first came to YouTube. And we were doing a video on stuff just like this. We were actually talking about the humiliation ritual, and we were showing the baby in that video with him with the pamper on, and Kevin Hart like in the dress, and we were showing certain footage, and they just struck my live like right in the middle of it and took the video down. Right, and told me that I cannot play this content again, and if I played it again, my channel would be terminated. It wasn't even like a content claim, like a claim or something, like, like a little warning like you usually would get. No, it was some shit that I never seen before. It wasn't even a strike. It was like a message, like, don't play this shit anymore. If you do, we're gonna take your goddamn channel. I said, up, time to go. Pack it up. Yes, girl. And they got one now. Some of these rappers with the fingernails. Oh my God, girl. Omar Epps, everybody. Love you all, though. I'm out. Let me go prepare. Dion, hit me up if you going live. Right. Like, there's a lot that's going on with these celebrities. But as far as Diddy is concerned, I do believe that Diddy is involved in a lot of shit. The feds just swooping in. They do not do that if there is not a reason to do it. They got some evidence. They already got the shit. And so now they just gonna, do the investigation, and we're just gonna, I mean, there's already articles saying that they found a box of porn, child. Let me find, somebody just showed me this article. Let me get this article, child. Oh Lord. Oh child, y'all. Oh, I can't get that article. That article where it doesn't have it on here. That must be on Facebook or something. No, that was something. No, they don't have that. It's not on the internet. It must be somebody must have made that up. Let me see it. What? Wait a minute. Oh, what? Oh, y'all, we got another breaking story, child. Hold up, y'all. Ooh, this is just in. Ooh, child, we got another breaking story that done just came out about Diddy. Hold on, y'all. Let me get it. Oh my goodness. They tearing his ass. That's crazy. You want to be put you want to rumble with the bee, huh? You want to play with this shit? Oh Lord, y'all. Look at this. Will somebody come look at this? Oh Lord. Child, Sean Diddy Combs, alleged drug mule child. He done been arrested. Sean Diddy Combs, alleged drug mule, arrested as the feds intercept the rap mogul's private jet in Miami. Oh Lord. Rapper Diddy's alleged drug mule was arrested at a Miami airport after federal agents raided the singer's Florida and California homes. Brendan Paul, 25, was arrested on Monday at Opelika Airport after the feds intercepted a private plane he was about to board with Diddy. And this is him. Brendan Paul, 25, was booked. Ooh, child. Paul, who has since been bailed out, was named as a mule in producer Rodney Jones's complaint against Diddy, whose real name is Sean Combs. So the person that filed this complaint against Diddy, that man that came out, the producer, he's saying that Paul is a drug mule for Diddy. Combs has been accused of being involved in sex trafficking, drugs, but he denies all the allegations, child. Oh, Lord. Diddy, Diddy, Diddy. They got you, Diddy. He was arrested on Monday, child. They said he is a drug mule. He was booked on one count of possession of suspected cocaine and marijuana edibles, according to a police report obtained by the Post. So when they gripped him up, he had coke and edibles, child. Diddy was spotted at the same airport at 3 p.m. Monday, talking on his phone and pacing around. Pictures showed. He has not been arrested or questioned by federal authorities at this stage. The drugs were found inside of Paul's travel bags, according to the arrest paperwork. He was arrested after tests confirmed that they were narcotics, and the report said that he has since been bailed out of jail. Child, and this is the feds, honey, at Diddy's place. Look, there go the boys. Everybody that worked there or been there, child, they all got they got darn handcuffs on. This is the drug mule. Look at him. He got the now you know he crazy and he's on coke. He still got them goddamn razor slits in his eyebrows. Now, how long it been since we've been wearing razor slits in the goddamn eyebrows? He is back in the 90s. This is the plane. His mule was arrested at Miami airport after authorities raided Diddy's plane. So they raided the airplane too when they raided the houses, okay? Following Paul's arrest and the raids, it's not believed Diddy left the country. At the time of Paul's arrest, they had been boarding a different private jet to Diddy's main one, which had flown from Los Angeles to Antigua in the Caribbean on Monday without him on board. At least 4 people have been interviewed by agents regarding sex trafficking claims made against Diddy, and more interviews are expected. Homeland Security investigations Human Trafficking Task Force raided his homes Monday after a search warrant was issued by the Southern District of New York. Earlier today, Homeland Security investigations executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with the assistance of the HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and local law enforcement partners. So we read that part already when Diddy said these allegations are sickening. Okay. But honey, not the drug mule, honey. They said that was cocaine in his bags. All right. So what are you guys thinking? This is really crazy. But all of this is coming. Hey, Denat, all of this is coming from, and this is stemming from, this is all coming from the allegations that the former producer has been making and the claims that he made in his lawsuit. So the authorities have taken this seriously, and they have went and got a warrant, and they have executed these warrants on the plane and the 2 homes. But my whole thing is nobody just goes and executes warrants if they don't have proof. They had to have some type of proof before they went and did that. They had to really believe that man must have showed them something. I believe that the person that filed that lawsuit, he had to show them some kind of proof. Maybe he had pictures. Maybe he had photos of the sex trafficking going on. Maybe he had pictures of the dungeons, of the underground tunnel. He must have had something, because nobody just raids your homes. Nobody does that. They spent resources to do all of that. It took resources to get all those agents and all those people. And they orchestrated that all at the same time. They raided it all at once. The planes, the homes. They did it all at once. So they had to have something. They had to have evidence. They wouldn't have just jumped the gun. Nobody does that, especially federal agents. I got a termination threat on IG twice when I reposted facts about C19. The second time when I posted original meaning of, it was a positive symbol used in our ancient cultures and it equals love. Child, I'm telling you, there are only certain things that they want you to talk about in these spaces. And if these bots, so it's not really like people that, well, people do review it afterwards. But bots, they have like these hot words that if you say certain words on YouTube or, Instagram or anywhere online, if you say certain things, they will come to your home. Like if I was to sit here right now and I said that I was going to do something, like I'm not even going to say the words, because if I say it, it might trigger a SWAT, but they have it now in program now. If you're talking about something on your phone, if you're saying something over airwaves and it is something that is not right, you will have federal agents at your door. Oh, yes. So you got to watch what you say. The world we are living in is dangerous. Federal agents have secret service men So they were taking pictures, scoping out Diddy's place, recording all activities around his mansion. Mm-mm-mm. So I really believe that, there's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. I'll be sure there is not there, I did the video on him, the whole situation with Diddy, him and Quincy. There is no coincidence that I'll be sure his life was almost out of here. He had some mysterious situation, with his health, and he had, the situation that happened with his health, and he was just down in the hospital. Like, come on. After he exposed that Kim was unalived, after he alleged that Diddy was the one, and he was even exposing that people were after him and saying if he happened to be unalived, that his lawyer, the person, he got all the tea, he got all the paperwork. So I'll be sure he know the tea. Him and Quincy, they know. Go check out Denai's video. I did see that he was doing a video about it. So go check out his channel and check out his content. I will be watching it after I'm done with my live, because I think he's probably right on the money with that, because there's something to that whole Quincy Diddy, I'll be sure situation, right? How do you just take somebody's child? Sweet Pea, did you hear about his private jet being in Antigua, even though allegedly it was stopped at the Miami airport? I guess the arms, drug people, trafficking must continue. Exactly. But my thing was, his plane was somewhere else. He over here. He had that boy doing his dirt, the dirt. The dude said that the boy is the drug mule. So Diddy wasn't even in Antigua. Diddy was in Miami while they was taking care of the business. So there's a lot going on with Miss Diddy, honey boo boo, Miss Diddy. You notice how the twins are somewhere else and Quincy wasn't involved or at the house, child. I don't know. But I think Diddy probably knew. He probably was tipped off. So probably moved the girls, or Quincy took the girls. So maybe Quincy might have dropped the dime, took the girls with him because he didn't want his sisters to be involved, and set up Diddy and the sons. I think that's Denai is saying something to that effect. That would make sense if something like that happened. That would make sense. That would all, I'll be sure that all of that, it could be. Wouldn't be surprised. That's the ultimate get back for Kim Porter, child. But a lot of this is, all of this is going to come out. There's going to be a lot of stuff that comes out. The girls were said to have run away to Kimura's house. Child, I wouldn't, Kimura, she ready. She stay on go. She ready to knock Diddy. She is probably somewhere clapping and having her a glass of wine. She is probably ecstatic. She can't wait for Diddy and Russell to go down. She can't wait for them to go down. But shit, look at Tom Hanks. I wanted to do some content on him, how he had his whole situation and then he just packed up and left out of the country. How do you do that? How do people know what it is that you're doing and what you've done, and you just pack your shit up and leave? And then look, they know what to do. Him, Russell, they know where to go. They go to countries where there's no extradition treaties, or they can't be extradited back to the United States. They know what they're doing, but they got enough money to do it. I just saw video today where Diddy is whispering in Quincy's ear that he is one of the prettiest men God ever created. He seems attracted to Quincy, and Quincy is not his actual son. It is a weird dynamic, and that's what I said in my video. How do you just take somebody's son and you just took him away from Al? All this time you got Quincy thinking that Al didn't want him. You see how he wrote that open letter that Quincy wrote that up and letter to Al, going off on Al. How you know Al didn't try to fight for Quincy? And, you know, Diddy got all the money, got all the power. You know, why would you want someone's son that bad? He's always was a cute little pretty little kid. You know, so I'm pretty sure that those kids have seen a lot. You know, Quincy, the boys and stuff, they've seen a lot. What about that other girl, Winter? Remember her book and the allegations that she's made against Diddy and Justin and Justin's mom? You know, how she had a baby and Diddy made her get an abortion. You know, she talked about the control and the power that Diddy has, how she was in, you know, a hotel or something like that, and he just came in there and told her what she was going to do. You know, like Diddy has been throwing his body around. He's been throwing his power around for years. I don't think you're going to get out of this one, Diddy. I want to see how you get out of this shit with the feds. It's given your time is up, sir. So like I said, I don't know who the fuck he pissed off in that Illuminati, but he pissed somebody off in that Illuminati. And they said, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, you say you're not going to do what? Oh yeah. I'm telling you, because you gotta stay doing that. The sacrificing, you gotta stay doing it. The devil needs his blood. The devil needs his souls. And then sometimes when it comes time, it might come time to do that ultimate thing. You might gotta transfer, you might gotta step out your body and let that reptilian have it. And maybe I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I can't let the reptilian eat my kids. Child, this is what you get. You bite off more than you can chew. See, it's fun. It's all fun and games when they spending the money. You know, when they say, yeah, I could do a little digging in the booty. You know, okay, you want me to have sex with men? I could do a little bit of that. You want me to suck some penis? I could do a little bit of that. For some money, for some millions, yeah, I could do a little bit of that. But then when it starts getting to, okay, now we want you to sacrifice one of your kids. Okay, we want you to drink their blood. Okay, we want you to eat them. I'm telling you, y'all, it's deep. It goes deep. Yeah, we want you to go kidnap some kids and get the adrenochrome. We want you to do this. We want you to do that. Because I'm telling you, like, even with the masonry, there's certain things that Black Masons, white Masons see. There's certain things that this degree of Mason see and that degree of Mason won't see. The Black Masons, they might not ever see what some other Masons might see. Like, it's all levels to that organization. The higher you go up, you got to pay, you got to, you know, different rituals. It's different shit. Like I said, with the women, those are the Eastern Stars. You can't even get in there if you're not a relative, or I don't even think you can do it if you're married to a man. I think you have to be a relative. It has to be by blood. I don't think you can do it by marriage. So like your dad got to be, or your uncle, or, you know, somebody like that. I don't even think that you can do it if you're married to a Mason. So once they find out all of these things as they keep going up in degree, and they see the rituals that, you know, it's all good when it's just a little cute little shit. But then when it starts getting to satanic, you go behind that veil, you go in that other room, you go in that upper room, and you see what's really going on and what is really hitting for you. You liable to run up out of that goddamn place. If you notice, you go to some of these Masonic halls and around these temples, they don't even have windows. You can't even see what's going on in there. Right. Look at Meg. I mean, you could just see the difference in these people. You can see the difference in them when they get to certain levels, how they were when they first started to where they're at now. You know, you look at the company they're keeping, the people that they're being around. And just think about it. Why do these celebrities go to the White House? Why is Glorilla at the White House with Joe Biden? Glorilla, okay? Why is she meeting Kamala Harris? Glorilla. Why are they interested in Meg the Stallion's tour? The White House. What the fuck does the White House care about? Get him, Glow. Get him, Glow. Yeah, Glow. Come on now. Cuban on Cuban, my bitch is lead, ho. You serious? Cuban on Cuban, my bitch is lead, ho. Cuban on Cuban. What the fuck does the White House got to do with that? You know why? Because they are all part of that, the whole thing. All of the celebrities, they all go to the White House. Anytime you win a title or something, a sports or something, you go to the White House. Why do they got to go to the White House? Why they got to meet the president? What does Joe Biden old ass care about Cuban on Cuban? You got to look at these things. Like I said, they do it all in our face. It's right in our faces, and people, it just goes over their head. They're not even willing to have these conversations because people want to stay comfortable. You know, it's too much to think about. Like, I don't want to think about that shit. Everything is a conspiracy. All y'all just is conspiracy. Why y'all just can't be happy for people? I'm not saying I'm not happy for people, but I know that it is more than meets the eye. Too much of a good thing ain't good. And usually, if something looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Like, everything is not what it seems. And I'm just not that type that just, you can't just pull the wool over my eyes. I see deeper. I see the shit. Like, I seen Beyonce. And I hate to keep using her like I'm picking on her, but I seen her transformation. And I seen where she went from Destiny's Child to then, you know, breaking out on her own. Then she was bootylicious, influencing the girls. Then she, you know, Girls Run the World. Then she did, you know, her whole album where she was so provocative and sexy. And, you know, then she went to Lemonade. And then all of a sudden she turned into Oshun. Now she was, you know, the Lion King, and she was so black, and she was so, I ain't never seen her turn. She, you know, yep, Sasha Fierce. But then she was just so black, and, you know, she did the whole Black Power thing. Yeah, I know the celebrities were going when Donald Trump was in office, because look at Kodak Black. So I'm not saying like picking fun at Joe Biden. I'm just saying in general, they go to the White House for what? Like, why would the White House, Republicans, Democrats, why the fuck would they care about Cuban on Cuban? Why would they care about, I'm just a PJ? I mean, I knew that he was trying to get pardoned and stuff like that, but every celebrity, everyone that is like making it up the ranks and, you know, they're next up, they go to the White House. It's something with that. It's something with that, y'all. It's something with that. The celebrities were paid by the Democrats. Only Kanye stood by Trump. No. Kodak Black did too. Cause Trump also pardoned rap criminals. Yeah, he pardoned Kodak Black and Lil Wayne. They also stood by Trump. Y'all can't forget that. Lil Wayne, Kodak Black, they got pardoned. I remember that because I did a video on Lil Wayne being pardoned before he was even pardoned, because I seen him going over. I said, he trying to get Donald Trump to pardon him. I did a video on it like a week before, and sure enough, he was pardoned. Oh yeah, a lot of them, yeah, they are paid by the Democrats to do the, you know, the service, the public service announcements and the stuff that they do. Mm-hmm. But you guys, we can go on and on and on and on and on about this. And I'm not even going to get into it, you know, about Cardi B. I'm just not. I refuse. I would hate to believe that my girl is in. Now, I know she does the Santa Santa Maria, what is it? Sangria, not sangria, but Santa, whatever it is. I can't even. What is that, y'all? Y'all know what it is. Santa Maria, not sangria, because that's what you drink. But what is that? The Hispanic, what is that culture that they do? It's something similar to, like witchcraft. Santeria, right? But she was accused of it, but she doesn't. I mean, I think she does, T. They all do. Most Hispanic people, Puerto Rican, Dominican, that's their culture. And I don't think that they like do things intentionally. I just think that that's something that they do. They heavily, and if she ain't doing it, her mom is, her aunties, they're doing that. Trust me. They got them candles with the different saints on them and stuff like that, the different colors and things like that, because I have a couple of them. I know that, but she said no publicly. I really don't know. Yeah, and like, they're not going to tell you like, oh yeah, I do that. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't have to. But I love Cardi B, and I would hope she's not doing anything, but it wouldn't put it past me. Look at the level she's at. Look at the level. I mean, look how quickly she rose up in the ranks. So a lot of times when people want fame and they want that fortune and they want that money, you just never know what they will do. Like I said, they play with it. And sometimes if you already been growing up and shit like that, it might not bother you to do a little something. But then it's like, how far are you willing to go? Because they don't put the shit all in front of you at once. They dangle it in your face. Okay, yeah, we let you do that. Because, her and Offset, the sex and all that, they ain't got a problem with the sexcapades. They ain't got a problem with being a little extra freaky. They ain't got a problem with none of that. It's going to be that deep ass shit. When you start having to sacrifice people and you start having to give up some blood contracts by doing blood sacrifices, that's when you're going to see, okay, what is it really hitting for? Because she's at a level now where, yeah, she getting the millions, but trust me, she's not at that Beyonce level. They ain't at that J and B level. They're not billionaires. When she want to get there, she's going to have to do something way more. But see, Beyonce has been given that title, her and Jay. There's not going to be too many people that can get to that status because they're like the king and queen. Like I said, when I was watching Beyonce do her evolution and she became such the black power, okay, it dawned on me. I said, you know what? She's a host. And it wouldn't put it past me if she wasn't Cleopatra or she wasn't Nefertiti. If she was not one of them, wasn't inhabiting her body. Because remember that Cleopatra said, you will know me when you see me, you'll know me. You'll know me when you see me. And the Egyptians, she's always paying homage to Egyptians. And, they really believe in reincarnation. They really believe in inhabiting other, that they're going to go on to be reincarnated and, be in another body and all this and that. So it wouldn't put it past me if Beyonce wasn't, Cleopatra it wasn't her, or Nefertiti. It's one of them queens, honey. It's one of them ancient African queens. Okay. It's one of them ancient Egyptian goddesses. Child, it's a lot. They just doing a lot. I don't know if I could do all that. I might want a little bit of fame and fortune, honey, but I ain't doing. It'd be over for me if they asked me to sacrifice Yoda or Evan or Princess. I'd be like, oh no, I cannot do it. I can't do it. Don't ask me. Don't ask me, please. I can't do it. Don't ask me. Okay. You want your channel to be at 1 million subscribers, you're going to have to unalive Princess and Yoda. No, please. Please, anything. Not Princess and Yoda. I'd be like, nope. They can't have my babies. Mm-mm. No, man. They gonna say, it's just the cat. It's just the dog. Not my babies. Tasha was wrong for what she did to Cardi, but even that was part of Cardi B's humiliation ritual with her Invasion of Privacy album. Nah, I don't agree with that, but that's your opinion, baby. We all entitled to our opinions. So I'm getting ready to go, you guys. I've been up here for an hour and 54 minutes. We're going into 2 hours. What do you guys think? Drop in the comments, catching the replay, and let us know. What do you think about Diddy, honey? Miss Diddy. Woo! Sex trafficking child. The feds have bust in there. There are talks of tunnels underneath of his LA property. There are talks of the plane coming from Antigua, wherever the hell. And the drug mule was on the plane and he had cocaine in his bags. Now, who cocaine was it? Now, how much cocaine was it? Okay, was it a kilo? Was it just a little 8-ball? Was it a little quarter? What was it? How much was it? Because he got bailed out. Homeboy got bailed out right away. So it had to be Diddy's stuff. Because if Diddy got that, if that man got bailed out just like that, I don't even think he stayed the night in there. He got bailed out right away. Diddy, take that. Diddy took that on the chin, paid that bail, and got my boy up out of there. So because if it was his stuff, you seen old boy, he had the little razor blades in his eyebrows. He had the little parts in his eyebrows. He ain't have enough money to look like to me to be bailing himself out for no drugs, okay? So Diddy probably bailed his ass on out because it was his shit. He got that boy carrying the shit. So, if they raid or he gets stopped or anything, it's your shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what it's given. These celebrities are getting popped left and right, you guys. This is the year for it, 2024. I've said it and I'll say it again. This is the year of exposure, honey. Whether you are on the right side, the left side, the celebrity side, the post side, your deeds will be exposed in 2024. I'm telling you. So you better get right and you better clean up. It's the cleanup man, because they coming. They coming. So you guys, like the video, share the video. Most importantly, thank you for being here. Thank you, each and every one of you. If you catch the replay, thank you for being here. Like the video, share the video. Most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will catch y'all on the next video. Bye, guys.